Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. We are here to discuss that match preview between Chelsea versus Everton, which is kickoff tomorrow at 5:30. But we are also here to delve in to the Champions League draw. Chelsea have drawn Real Madrid again. Quarter-final against Real Madrid. We're going to get into that and discuss that and go through it all. We're going to look at the other draws as well because there's links to the semi-final, which we've been drew Bayern Munich and Man City. We'll be discussing all of that as well. Match preview, team lineups, team news, panel, everything that you would expect from a show from me will be happening over the course of the next sort of 2 hours. So we'll be doing that. And sorry, I haven't been able to stream, guys. I know I've not been able to stream for the rest of the week, but it's been pretty busy as well, trying to, get things done as well with work and stuff. But, it's been a little bit of a quiet one from the Chelsea point. Got a little bit of transfer news for you guys at the beginning of the show as well. But make sure, guys, that you're smashing them likes. Subscribe to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV as well, please. Just get these likes up as quickly as we possibly can. And before we move forward, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for this preview, review, everything view. It's what it feels like right now. Big up to every single one of you guys that are here at the moment. Nearly 100 people tuned in to the show already. Do us a favor though, please share on your socials, subscribe if you're new as well to the channel, hit the likes up. The more you hit the likes, the more we get traction on this, the more we get a community in this building. And this is what we want to do, right? When I'm doing these shows, it's nice to be able to chill with you guys who are my main guys, but it's also nice to bring in new faces, it's bringing new faces that could be potentially interested in what we're doing over here. So they're only going to know what we're doing over here if we share as much as we can, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys that is in the chat at the moment, obviously. Let's go through the chat already. Big up to Jamie. I'm good, bro. I'll be at the game tomorrow as well. Big up to you. Tales of Blanco, here we go again. I remember last time round, yes. We'll be talking about that Champions League review very soon as well. We'll be getting into that. Big up to Leo as well. Eugene, Don probably come in a bit later on when we put the panel. We open up the panel as well. Ashraf, as usual, with his negative thoughts, are saying that we're finished, like he always says. Big up to him, though. Big up to him. Derek says, big up, Jem. We can beat Real. It will be a battle, but we have done it before. Listen, last time round, we had a very poor game against Real Madrid at the Bridge, and I was there. It was horrible to watch. But the performance at the Bernabeu was a massive performance. Not only do we have also, on top of all of this, N'Golo Kante returning to this team, we also have Enzo Fernandez in the middle, guys. Like, there's a lot more quality in this team, you could probably argue, than what it was when we played Real Madrid last time round. Form's not great. I get that. However, we've won our last 3 games. Can we build up momentum in these Premier League games, coming up to the Champions League against Real Madrid? Can we get minutes in for N'Golo Kante as well, who is going to be very important? There's a lot of things that could potentially still go right for Chelsea. Could potentially still go right for us, Big up to Josh in the house as well. Callie's in the building. He said, can't be positive, but we got shit to lose. So exactly. Listen, Chelsea are always most dangerous when they're the underdogs. I keep telling people this. From as long as I've watched Chelsea, if it comes to a point where there's a bit of pressure, where we need to win, where, it's always been a little bit against us. When we're up against it and our back's against the wall and people don't expect us to go on and do things, we've seen it in the past, we tend to perform. And that right there, guys, is why that we should still have some sort of confidence. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of form we have going into that, though, because we've got a lot of Premier League games which we're going to be highlighting in April as well. Todd Bowley, man, big up to you. You're telling me to hurry up, Todd Bowley, mate. How about you hurry up and sort out our midfield? Come on, mate. We need one more midfielder. We need striker. Come on, Todd Bowley. Sort it out. Big up to Chelsea Blue as well. Yeah, we're going to review that in a second. Lawrence, nice to see you, bro. Santiago's in the building. Big up, Jim, and everyone in the chat. Up the Chelsea, bro. Up the fucking Chelsea. Jamie, big up to you. Big up to Harrison as well. Tomorrow's game is a must-win. Well, it is. Every game is a must-win right now for Chelsea. The amount we've lost, we need to just start winning games. Big up to Lord as well. 2021 was normal. 22, our problem was political, is what he says there. Big up, bro. Big up. I see your comments. Yeah, no, we are done with this draw, is what Texas is feeling. We do play down. Or up to our opponent's faction. Big up to Derek as well. Jamie, nice to see you as well. Guys, smash them likes, because I know we haven't got enough likes right now. So let's get these likes up as quickly as possible. How quick can we get it to the 50 likes mark? So let's try and do that. We're going to go through a couple of things. Obviously, talk about the Champions League draw in a second. All we can do is hope, bro. Big up to Winchester as well. Big up to you, bro. Let's look at some quick transfer news. I know it's not big news because it's in between seasons and whatever, but let's just quickly have a look at the news that came out today in and around Latvia. Mr. Latvia. There he is. So, CFC Pies with a comment as well. Obviously, commenting Sacha Tavolieri is his name. Chelsea met Romeo Latvia's entourages in Belgium this week. And then when you go into reading it, obviously people are like, what does it say? It is here. The comment, when you translate it, says that the most pressing clubs at time on the Romeo file, Latvia, are Manchester United and Chelsea. Man City remain vigilant if leaving this summer in the middle, but remains advantaged thanks to buyout clause, including his contract and relationship between them. There was also another comment from him. This one. So that was the original comment, and then he brought out. There was another comment. Someone showed me it earlier. I think it was Couch. There was another comment about Chelsea. Was it this one? Yeah, here we are. Selected for the first time by Domenico, Latvia is the subject of intense pressing by Chelsea FC, as we reported to you in December. Chelsea want to accelerate, and this week have met with his entourage in Belgium. So basically, seems like Bowley, Egbali are on the move again. Romeo, Latvia to Chelsea. How do you feel about that in the chat, guys? Let's hear what you've got to say. Is it a yay? Is it a nay? Is it a 100%? How do you feel? I would like to know the amount, the feeling in the chat. Let's see what the people were saying in the chat. Let's see what people were saying in the chat. Chopper Harris says, "Bring it on. I think we will raise our level against Real Madrid." Big up to you, bro. I look. You'd assume so. It seems like some of our players seem to like playing European football better than Premier League football at the moment. So in terms of the step up, in terms of the improvement in performance, you could probably, you'd expect to see, a big step up. Big up to Lawrence as well. City won't let him go to Chelsea. They prefer to buy him back and hold the bench first, is what President's saying. I know someone that does want him, and that's Couch Critic. He's a massive fan of the whole idea of Latvia to Chelsea. So big up to him as well. Latvia is a 5. That's what we've got here. Joe Shields signing. He had Latvia at City and Southampton, which should work in our favour. If we want him. It wants him desperately. This signing here is a Couch signing. How Enzo Fernandez was a gem signing. How bad I wanted him. This is definitely a Couch signing. I'm not against it. I am definitely not against it. I'll take him in a heartbeat, is what we got here. Turk's asking who's that. He plays. You've not seen him in the Premier League, bro. Come on. Get Latvia, but would get Zubimendi needs someone older, is what Derek's saying. He feels like he needs someone older. Lawrence is saying we don't need him. We need a proper 6 with experience for me. Declan Rice. Some people saying they're not 100% sure on him. Salam, bro. Hope you're well. Salam. Latvia is the best. He's a beast. What a player. 8. Again, I don't get this thing of thinking he's an 8. He's not an 8. He's not an 8 for me anyway. He's someone that can play in the double pivot as a 6, but can also be the one that's more of the sitter out of the two. And that's what we want, right? That's what we want. So I don't really know. Kante is in the squad tomorrow. Massive he will, but we've got the internationals coming around the corner as well. We have to be careful with his minutes and stuff like that. So we have to see. I want Latvia, and I watched that guy last night for Sporting. He was good, man. He was good. Very good, actually. We are Chelsea, not Arsenal. We don't back down. Big up to Daniel in the house. Nice to see you, bro. Nearly 150 people in the building. Hit the thumbs if you haven't already. Please do that. Share on your socials as well. We're going to do the Champions League review next as well. Then we'll get into the match preview for Everton. Open the lines, get the panel in, have a little chat. Latvia versus Declan Rice is tough. Sean's rating is an 8, not his position. I agree. I don't think it's his position as well. I agree with that one. Can 8 in the squad for tomorrow? Yeah, apparently so. I don't know whether he'll get minutes or not. He might get 15, 20 minutes at the end. We'll have to wait and see. Kone or Kamavinga 2.0, only 25 million. That's what Eugene's saying as well. We need a 6 if Potter wants to proceed with 4 at the back. Well, seems that the 3 at the back works better, right? The 3 at the back seems to be working better for us at the moment. So maybe we still have the 2 6s. And even if we play the back 4, I still think we're going to play the 2 6s. It's just that you want one of them 6s to be more of a recognised sitter, someone that can clean up, someone that can take control, someone that you can rely on. So that if Enzo's going to go forward, which we're not seeing at the moment, he's having to hold back because we haven't really fulfilled that gap that we need. If you want Enzo to be the exciting player we know he can be moving forward, then you want someone that's going to sit behind him, right? So you have on yellow. Someone is definitely going to miss second. Yeah, that is a big point, Towers Blanco. There is a lot of key players. Enzo Fernandez, one of them. I think Reece James as well. Thiago Silva was, but he's injured. Could be back for that game, by the way. So we'll go through that in a second as well. Fuck Madrid is what we're going. Sean, nice to see you as well. Nearly 200 people in here, but it's just a massive fill of people that just come through right now. Big up to every single one of you guys. So let's see what happens on news of Latvia to Chelsea and what we do later in the summer. But let's go straight into things. And before we do that, actually, before we do Champions League, yeah, just quickly, I do want to make this very clear because I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans getting very excited of Chelsea's draw. They're happy that Chelsea have drew Real Madrid. They're happy that we've got Man City and Bayern after, and they're sitting there hoping and praying, you know, or actually even saying that it's game over. Game over for Chelsea. Are they stupid? Have you not ever seen anything in the past from Chelsea? Have you not seen what we've been capable of doing being the underdogs? Yeah, we might get knocked out, and you know the scale may be against us at the moment, but you can never go against Chelsea Football Club in competitions. That is it. You just can't. You are a fool, yeah, if you really think that Chelsea Football Club cannot go on and do it, because we're elite. We are elite. Doesn't matter what squad of players we have in there. Yeah, European football, cup competitions, we wake up. But the one thing I would like to say to Arsenal fans, right? And I will say this because they seem to have a lot of heat for us all the time when they're sitting top of the league and we're sitting where we are. They're so worried about Chelsea all the time, by the sounds of it, yeah? Is that we have a 100% record in the Europa League. Every time we enter it, we win it. Twice we've been in it, twice we won it. You guys got slapped yesterday. Yeah, you know, all right, you get slapped, went out in penalties, but you know, Sporting actually done a job on you. Very good team. And again, Arsenal fall short in European football. So even if we do get knocked out of the Champions League, let me just tell you something now, Arsenal fans. We still have more European trophies than you. Do not compare yourself to us. You are not us. You are not us. Get that in your heads. Go and win the title. You have no excuses. I don't want to hear any more excuses from Arsenal fans about not winning this title. They're 5 points ahead. They've got no other competitions. Actually getting knocked out of the Europa League means that they should go on and win. So go and win it. They've said they're going to win it. And I don't want to hear any excuses if you don't, other than bottlers bottled it. So go and win it. Go and win the title now. You've got no excuses. Go and do it. If you're the biggest team in London, like you think you are, or whatever, go on, show us you're elite. Show us what you're about. And until then, when it comes to Europe, hush your gums. Because you're not on our level. Never will be on our level. See you later. Anyway, yeah. They've just seen so many weird comments from Arsenal fans getting excited because we've got Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. What's wrong with these people? Like, you just got knocked out of the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you worried about Chelsea so much? Concentrate on the Premier League. Go win that. Why are you worried about us all the time? President Jafar with the donation says, when Chelsea is in Europa, we win it. Bro, 100% win record. 100% win record. That's all I've got to say. Big up to you for the donation as well. Guys, if you want to put a super chat in, this is how you do it. Bring in the super chat, highlight it, we discuss it. End of. Big up. Corny the Goat says Chelsea only London club representing Europe. Facts. Big, hard facts. Big, hard facts. You know, Fulham is bigger than Arsenal. Oh, right. Yeah, I did see the goal, Don. It was an absolute banger. Don Potter. Don Potter, yeah? All right, big up, bro. Big up, big up. Right, let's talk about the Champions League because that's what we're here to do. And then we're going to get into the preview for the game as well. Keep hitting them likes. Over 200 and nearly 250 people here tuned in. Let's talk about that draw, right? Because Chelsea have drawn Real Madrid again in the quarterfinals, home and away, guys. Now, some people feel like, oh no, Real Madrid. Listen, I've got some stats to show you in a second in regards to Real Madrid, right? However, when you look at the games of recent that we've played Real Madrid to this point, barring the mistakes that we made in the last game round, let's be serious, they were our own mistakes. We made them mistakes, right? And based on the fact that we were like 2 goals behind after going in from home, yeah, to play like we did at the Bernabeu, these Real Madrid boys do not want Chelsea. I am telling you now, they would have said, stay away from Chelsea. Doesn't matter if we beat them last time round. They're just dangerous. They wouldn't have won us. They wouldn't have won us. Am I 100% like shaking in my boots that it's Real Madrid? No. Antonio Rudiger back at Stamford Bridge. Big game. He's going to want to step up. It's going to be interesting to see Rudiger against us. But the truth is, they're a good team. They're elite. They are. They're a very good team. However, are they 10 times or better than Chelsea? Are they a level above us completely? Well, we're not in the most greatest form, no. But in Champions League, form is non-existent. Champions Leagues are one-off, maybe 2-offs when you're playing home and away. And I am happy that we are playing away first and then home. I am happy that it's that way. That is always how I've liked it. Get the away game out of the way first. Go there. Don't lose. And if you can nick a win, 1-2-0 win or 2-1 win, take it home. Trust me, it's better to go into at home with a win, in the second leg than going away. So it's a big game. Listen, this is up in the air. Any of these 2 teams can win it. It's not like Real Madrid are massive favourites here. You'd be stupid to do that from what we've seen. And the record that we have against Real Madrid on top of that is worth looking at. And we're going to look at that in a second. Big up to Daniel with the donation, bro. Big up to you. He says, Arsenal call it a second-rate European Cup. How come you haven't won either Champions League and Europa League? What losers? They haven't won any, mate. They're just irrelevant, mate. Like, they think it bothers us, Chelsea fans. But we've seen our team win it all. Why do we care? Why do we care? Doesn't affect us. You know? Madrid and Bernabeu are not great. Thank you for the donation, Daniel. Big up to you. Potter giving it large. Yeah. Potter's shithouse in it, wasn't he, at the show? We're gonna look at that in a second as well. It's common sense that they should be worried about us considering our record against them. Our record against them is impressive. And then when I talk about our record, I want to come to that now because the record that Chelsea held against Real Madrid, I think is one of the best, or if the best, against them in this tournament. Because goes on to say that Chelsea have only lost 1 of their last 7 games against Real Madrid in European competition. Indeed, they have the lowest percentage of losses against Real Madrid, 14%. Of any side to have played them 5+ times in Europe form. Listen, every team has its bogey team, right? It's just a team that you just, you can beat them, but at the same time, you just don't want to play them because you just know that you could lose. You know, you just have that in the back of your mind. And that's what we are. That's what we are to Real Madrid. We are a little bit of a thorn in their ass. You know, it's just not an easy game for them. Now, on the flip side of things, what do we need to do going into that game? Well, we know what we need to do. Not make individual error mistakes. Be on the game like there was against Dortmund. Play with the high intensity. Win balls high up the pitch. And be effective. Win the midfield battle, which is going to be interesting, by the way, because Camavinga is playing very well at the moment. Him, Kroos, Modric. They're interesting. Valverde. That is a very good midfield. Kante coming back and available. Fingers crossed. We pray the Lord. Keep him fit. Keep him fit. Right? And being available for this game against Real Madrid, home and away, is a big boost. Massive boost into that. Kovacic been on good form. Enzo Fernandez, someone we didn't even have last year with the qualities that he has, unleashing them against Real Madrid. Hopefully the forward line continues and Kai Havertz continues with his form as well up to this point, which we hope. We've got a chance. Of course we have. Of course we have a chance against these guys. But the away game is going to be very important. The away game is going to be a very key, very, very key battle in terms of, score outcome, how we leave ourselves going into the next game. And that's going to be interesting. Obviously, we're going to do a Champions League match preview closer to the time for the away game at Real Madrid. I am hoping to go away to that as well. But we do have a very, very good record there. Big up to Roseanne, big up to Turk, big up to Jay as well. Nice to see you, bro. A lot of people coming through. Nearly 300 people in the building. Splotter at the wheel trying to draw at Everton now. Matty. You just can't let it go, can ya? Chelsea are out is what Skills is saying. That's what they said last time, bro. You're a fool to say that. Yeah, and do you know what Vinny also said about Reece James? Do you know what he said? He said he is the hardest player that he's come up against. Not Trent Alexander-Arnold or any other right back. Reece James is the hardest player he has played against, same as Rafael Leao. And we're going to need Reece James. So let's hope we keep him fit. So let's see how it goes. But what does it mean in terms of the semi-final? Because the semi-final draw was also another case which was which happened in all of this. But before we get to that, this draw come on the back of Graham Potter's comments here. We'll try and beat Everton, and then we'll take the UCL draw, and then we'll try and win that effing Champions League with a bit of attitude, with a bit of bottle. Potter, before we even got through this crazy draw that we got, he's basically saying we'll try and win the effing Champions League. He's going for it. He's up for it. He wants it. It's the only time he's got to win a trophy this season. And he's got a chance. But he has to get it right as a manager. His man management skills are going to have to be good. He's now going to be coming up against the elite teams with the elite managers across Europe. It's going to be a big challenge for Graham Potter. A massive challenge for Graham Potter to get this spot on. And it's going to not only be on the players, but like I said, it's going to be on him to get it right. So, it's good to see that attitude. It's good to see that he's showing something, as most fans moan that he doesn't show anything. But, we're still on the fence. We're still on the fence. Potter, kick on, mate. Kick on. Right, let's move on. Let's look at this draw. But before we look at this draw, let's quickly read out JR's comment here. He says Chelsea versus Madrid is going to be a good game. They always are. They're always good games. The Bernabeu is going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to the game away. And we'll have to see how that goes. But big up to JR for the donation as well. Thank you very much. Guys, nearly over 300 of you in the building. Big up to every single one of you guys. Now, let's talk about the draw. What is the draw? How does it all work? What's the situation? What's going on? Well, as we already know, Chelsea will be playing Real Madrid away, first leg. Benfica and Inter Milan will be going head-to-head. A big clash between Man City versus Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, which kind of works for all the other teams, them two playing each other. And Milan versus Napoli, which is an Italian clash. It's going to be an intriguing one. Semi-finals will be between Milan Napoli versus Benfica Inter Milan, which is a shame because I really wanted Chelsea to get one of them. I didn't want Man City Bayern. I wanted Man City Bayern in the final. I didn't want them over two legs. Really didn't. And I'm really unsure with the semi-final. But I will say this, and I will always say this, and I'll back it. If we beat Real Madrid, if Chelsea beat Real Madrid over two legs, we will win this Champions League. I said it before when we beat Real Madrid that time round under Thomas Tuchel, and we won it. So I'm going to follow the same suit We keep players fit. Kante, Reece James, everyone's available. And we beat Real Madrid, both legs, going into the semi-final. We will win the Champions League. And even if we win the semi-final, you look at the final, potentially Napoli, potentially AC Milan, potentially Benfica, potentially who's the other team? Inter Milan, which I don't think it will be. I think Inter Milan's the weakest of the four. But yeah, the final is there for the taking. Not to say Napoli are a bad team. We've seen Osimhen, what he's doing. Osimhen, he is banging in goals. And he could potentially lead Napoli to a final this season, which is going to be intriguing. There's no easy games, guys. There's just no easy games. But I've said it. We beat Real Madrid. We win. We go and win the Champions League. That's it. Big up to Christian. Big up to Ashraf. Big up to every single one of you. Oh, mate, I said it last time. Last time, not the time when we went and got knocked out, but the time we went on Thomas Tuchel, I said the same thing. I had the same feeling inside my belly. Ruger tweeted saying he's excited to see his Chelsea friends again. Yeah, we're excited to see you, Rudy. Let's see what you got in the back four. Bring it on, bro. Bring it on. Looking forward to it, man. Actually, I'm buzzing for it. Mudryk, yeah, but he probably won't even play, will he? He'll probably be on the bench. But yeah, speed on the Bernabeu pitch will be everything, will be everything. So let's see. But in terms of my predictions, and I want to know yours as well, let's go through the predictions of the quarterfinal and semi-final and who will make it to the final. Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Well, obviously, I'm going to back Chelsea. So Chelsea to beat Real Madrid is what I'm going to go for. Benfica Inter Milan. I will back Benfica. I think Benfica have played very well in this Champions League, even without Enzo Fernandez. So I think that will be the case. Manchester City versus Bayern Munich. Well, as much as a flip of a coin, right? As much as a flip of a coin. But I'm going to go with Bayern Munich to knock out Man City because I just see it. I can feel it. I can really feel it. AC Milan versus Napoli. I am going for a Napoli win. So my four teams to go through the quarterfinals are Chelsea, Benfica, Bayern Munich, and Napoli. There we go. There's my four teams going into the semi-finals. And when it comes to the semi-finals, Chelsea versus Bayern Munich and Napoli versus Benfica. But I already said that I think we're going to win it all the way through. Bayern Munich are just an animal. Don't get me wrong. But can we beat them on our day? Of course. Beat anyone on our day. Beat anyone on our day. So I will back Chelsea against Bayern Munich. We owe them one. They gave us a bit of a whooping the last time we played them under Frank Lampard. So let's give them a bit of a whooping back. Yeah. Chelsea to beat Bayern Munich in the semi-final with Napoli beating Benfica. And I think it's going to be a Chelsea versus Napoli final in Istanbul, in Turkey. And I think we'll beat Napoli on the one-off. I really do, even though they're very good. And we will win the Champions League and we will deserve it. And not one rival can come out if we do win it and say nothing. Not one thing. Not one thing. So, yeah, looking forward to the Champions League, guys. I hope you guys are as well. It's going to be a very tasty, especially the Man City Bayern Munich one. That's going to be very tasty to watch on the eye. Ashraf, when we won it last time, this was the same message that Chelsea fans were saying, mate. Just remember, never, ever, ever underestimate Chelsea in the Champions League. Of course, we could get knocked out by Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. It could happen. That's what most people think will happen. But we are Chelsea. And we are in a competitions. And we like competitions. Who knows? It's never that. It's never that. It's never that. If you're stupid to think that with Chelsea. I really do think people are stupid when they think like that with Chelsea. Have you not learned from the past with Chelsea? Right. More interestingly, we have an international break after the Everton game. And in that, we have 9 games in April to be played, which means every 3 days there will be football. Now, you want to see what sort of April we got? There you go. There you go. That is tasty. That is scarily tasty. And we are going to need every single player available in our squad for rotation, because 3 days of football, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Wolves, Real Madrid, Brighton away, never easy. Real Madrid again at home. Back on the back of that, Man United away, Brentford at home, Arsenal away. At that point, we could be stopping Arsenal from winning the title like we did against Spurs when Leicester went on to go and win it, which is why I hope happens. I really hope happens. Hope it comes to Chelsea to go away and beat Arsenal, which allows Man City to go on. I will love it. I will love it. Chelsea for life. Big up to you. Thanks for the donation. Says reunited and it feels so good. Mark my words. Chelsea will beat Real Madrid. Big up to you, bro. Love the confidence. Love it. Proper. Thank you for the super chat as well. I hope you're well. Smash the likes, guys. I've not said it for a while. I know we haven't got enough likes. I don't want to have to look at the likes. Don't make me have to look at the likes. Because if I look at the likes and we haven't got enough likes, I'm going to be very disappointed, guys. Very disappointed. I'm going to be very upset. Very upset. We've still got the match previews to do. We've got the team lineups to do. We've still got the panel to come in as well. Panel will be with us very shortly. Thank you for the donation, Chelsea for life, bro. Thank you. Mudryk scores. Hazard. Yeah, Hazard will be there as well. But it's a testing couple of games. I'm not going to lie. It's a heavily testing couple of games. And who knows where Chelsea will come out at the end of April. I wouldn't even like to guess these games. I expect us to beat Wolves. I expect us to beat Aston Villa. Brighton away won't be easy, but we can beat them. Brentford at home should be a win. Man United away, flip a coin for me. Arsenal away, who knows on that one. Liverpool at home, again, is another flip. Again, I actually think we can beat Liverpool, to be honest, if we're on our game. Who knows? Who knows, guys? But that is daunting. That is definitely daunting to look at. Right. Chelsea do have a game tomorrow. We're back. The last game before international duty for the next 2 weeks. The next game will be, like we just saw, 1st of April. But we have got Everton at home. And we need to end the March period. We need to end the March period with a win. We need to go ahead and win. Obviously, win that. Now, in terms of team news, whatever, here we go. We'll quickly go through that. We will quickly highlight that as well. Where are we? Where have I gone? Why am I so far? This is the preview. Team news is that Graham Potter's side making progress, which we know. Thiago Silva's absence means that Koulibaly, Wesley Fofana, Mark Cucurella and Badiashile are available and sniffing out an opportunity against Everton. Mark Cucurella's match stats were very impressive against Leicester the last game round, which we already know. A very good performance from him. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who covered for Reece James, done a good job, but Reece James should be returning for the game against Everton. Will we see him lining up for that? We'll have to wait and see. I think we probably will. Wing back him and Chilwell before the international duty. Mudryk, who impressed, apparently, in the forward position. Could he get his opportunity back in the team? I don't think so, but he's available. Sterling's still got an injury. As Gareth Southgate's confirmed, he's not taking Raheem Sterling to international duty, which is great for us in many ways, to be fair. Kai Havertz and João Felix are also available, with obviously Enzo Fernandez and others. And who can even forget that beautiful lob? Look at him, he's smiling. Your guy's smiling when he lobs the ball over the top. Little dink dink. Love it. Yeah, you know, we are still waiting. I thought where are we? We're at Friday. Has the press conference even happened? They don't have the press conference even happened. I don't even know if the press conference has even happened, to be fair. But by the sounds of it, most are available, barring Thiago Silva, and Kante's available tomorrow as well, which is a big for us as well. But should Chelsea be beating Everton? Of course they should. And when you look at the Premier League table, which is what we're going to do now, quickly, where we're at, what does it mean for Chelsea? Well, this is what it means, guys. this is what it means. It means that Chelsea, who are 10th and still 10th, with a win, with a game in hand and on Fulham, could go up to 40 points. 40 points mean that the highest we could probably go at the end, going into the international window, is potentially 9th, barring Fulham losing, because I'm assuming Fulham will be playing this weekend as well. So Chelsea winning will push us to 9th. Everton, on the other hand, are in 15th on 25 points. Not the greatest results at the moment. They've won their last game, though, saying that. 1-2, lost 2, drawn 1. Chelsea, on the other hand, have 1-2, lost 2, drawn 1. I think it's actually the same thing. 1-2, lost 2, drawn 1. Yeah. Same last 5 record as Everton. At the back of it, we've got 2 wins. And maybe turn a corner. And that's the big thing. Have Chelsea turned the corner? Which we'll equally have to see on that as well. But we are going to do that lineup. We're going to do that lineup. What I think will be the lineup that Graham Potter will go ahead with in this game as well. I think he will stick with the back 3, guys. I think the back 3 is obvious. Obviously, Kepa being in goal. And why not? He deserves to be in goal. He has no reason not to be. We've had a lot of discussions on Kepa being in the team, but I think Kepa's the guy. I think Kepa is the guy at the moment for Chelsea. And we need him to continue to grow in confidence and in form as well. So let's see from that. Going on from that, I think we will see... I think we will see Cucurella. Again, I think Badiashile, as great as he's been, I think the favouritism of Graham Potter and an informed Cucurella will be picked over Badiashile, which I think is not right. It's a lie, Badiashile. Don't get me wrong. I think Koulibaly will be in the middle, and we all know who's going to be on the right, Wesley Fofana. But I think that will be our back 3 going into the Everton game. Bit hard on Badiashile. It could be that it's Badiashile playing in that role, but I think Graham Potter favours Cucurella, an informed Cucurella, even though I think Badiashile is just top as well. Because UEFA knows we are that club. Big up to Tim in the house as well. What we're doing with the 4? Well, Chilwell will definitely be playing for me, so he will be in. I think Reece James, who's going with England over the 2-week period, will be played, in my opinion. I think he just comes straight back in. And then on top of that, I think you'll see that Enzo will obviously be playing. Where is he? In his Chelsea. Where'd he go? Where is my Enzo? There he is. And I think Kovacic will play. Now, the front 3's interesting. It's going to be an interesting one. I think in terms of the front 3, we'll probably have Felix on the left again. I think he will play. Why is he still in that kit, though? Why is he not in the Chelsea kit? Let's have a look. There we go. Havertz will be the false 9 that comes a bit deeper, as we've seen here, maybe there. And then up front is an interesting one. But I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be Pulisic, because we know Sterling's injured. I've just got a feeling he's going to play Felix, Pulisic and Havertz up there in the 3. What we saying? Callie, how you been, mate? How are you?
I'm chilling, just handling a little bit of stuff at work. What's this lineup for? Is this for the Everton game?
What's this lineup
No,
for?
no,
What
no,
are we
no.
doing here?
I need to make sure because people are already drawing lineups for Real Madrid, and just making sure I'm not crazy. So if this is a lineup for Everton, I mean, first and foremost, is it home or away?
We're at home, mate.
Boom.
Oh yeah, this has to be. I'm gonna give you one of those classics when I said when we were playing against Southampton. I really could care less how Graham Potter sets up for this. This should be more than enough. I mean, I'm seeing Felix Havertz, Pulisic. From my understanding, I haven't seen him use Pulisic enough for me to assume he's going to throw him in there like that starting. But that would be possibly the only person I swap out, which would be
The only thing you
Pulisic
might
for...
do is do that again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
that's
about
literally
that.
what I was thinking. Is I think he'll just resort to type, seeing that Mudryk down the middle was effective in creating space for our 10 and our wingers on the sides. So I think he's not going
That
to.
was
I
my big
think
question.
Potter's starting to
Do you think he
go.
was that effective? Because I watched him. I was at the game, and yeah, he held the ball up well at sometimes, but I felt I felt he looked
Gem,
like
the Timo Werner
he has
effect.
a hand.
The
He has a
Timo Werner
handbrake.
effect.
He has a handbrake on doing things. He kind of picks and chooses when he's doing. Like I don't
Yeah,
know whether it's because we were asking him to play a role that is not his role, and he's just not familiar with it, so it's hard to really, be as effective from it. But
you're right.
I don't know. Maybe he goes more into a 10 role when he does this, picks the ball up deep. He's not really meant to be running around trying to win headers and that, but comes deep here, picks the ball up from deep, turns round, which we know he can drive with, and that allows Havertz and Felix to be more direct in behind, right? Which is what
That's
Yeah.
that's that's what I was saying. Is I don't think Mudryk, like, it's the Timo Werner effect. I don't think it's Mudryk is performing astronomically crazy. What I think it's happening is because Mudryk has this rapid pace about him, he is starting to create space that is allowing the other players who don't operate well without space to operate. And that's why you're seeing. I'm starting to understand actually why Havertz is performing. It's not just his usual second half mumbo jumbo, and it's not Graham Potter as a wizard. It's finally Havertz is starting to get the space which he needs because he is not press resistant. He's not able to push off the contact of the opposition. He needs time and space to operate. And what I am starting to see about Havertz, and might change my overall opinion of him, even though, I'm very consistent about who I want out and who to stay. If Havertz can continue having this space, I would actually keep Havertz because then he's a different player. This has been the issue since he's came into the Premier League, is that the Premier League is a different animal. The pace, the power, Havertz hasn't been able to cope.
Getting the best out of when you actually get the qualities out of Havertz, I think Havertz is worth keeping, in my opinion. When Havertz is actually able to play as Havertz,
Yep.
you actually see it. There is qualities of Havertz that I think works for us, but it's getting him in the system that works, and we see it more consistently, right? So
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't get rid of Havertz if he's going to continue playing like this. And you already know that anyway. You're asking me, but
I know you're biased. You're biased, but I give the non-biased one. So, like, yes, if he can continue performing with this amount of space around him, he will earn his spot.
Yeah, I mean, Couch, do you agree with that? Do you think there is an effective Havertz if we can continue playing and we can
Without question. Like his biggest, I've always been banging on. He needs to get stronger. He needs to do a lot more in the offseason, make himself stronger for the Premier League. But his main obstacle for him is consistency. Like he really has to find consistency in form before I could give any yay nay. I really need to see this guy, give us 5-6 games on the trot where he's playing at his top level. Like we can't just have 2 games and then he falls off again, then he comes back.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's the level that we need top players at a top club to be at. Like 6-7 games on the trot where you're seeing their quality. Can't just be 1 and 2. But with that said, like you mentioned the Mudryk, and like I think you hit it right on the head. I don't know if playing as a number 9 is the most desirable position for him, obviously. But that last game was evident that Kai Havertz was basically telling him exactly where he needed to be. Like he was basically doing the work for the both of them, on that in that game. And he grew into the match. I thought, I thought second half was certainly better than the first half. And for that reason, I think that they're going to look to use him again in that role just to see if we can get some continuity, some sort of like chemistry between the three of them. But preferably, if it were up to me, I don't know if playing Mudryk as a number 9 is the way to go, because if we look at Everton, they're not going to be playing high line. They're going to be playing 4-5-1 low block. It's going to be, we're talking about Sean Dyche here. Like it's 4-5-1, try and play through us type football. So
let me
I
ask
don't
you
know
this.
if Mudryk as a number 9 is the way to go, to be honest.
Let me ask you this real quickly. This 3 at the back thing, in the long run, do we feel that this is the way Potter wants to go? Obviously, if he's still at Chelsea, but knowing Nkunku's coming in, which is what we've got here, could we see, and say we supposedly pay the money to keep Felix, but we don't get a striker, we have Felix and Kunku and a Havertz, but play the same system that we've been playing, do you think it'd be more effective? Because we know Kunku can drop deep, but he's also better of a finisher, and he can run behind, and he can play that sort of lone role in a way. He's done it anyway at that. So would this be more beneficial with a Nkunku rather than a Mudryk right now in that position for the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he understands that position a little bit better, and like again, like it's just tactics. Like I don't think that Mudryk is necessarily tactically aware at this point. Like he looks like he understands, he knows what to do when he has the ball to feet and whatnot. Like he's obviously very gifted and whatnot, but
He's raw,
in terms of like
man.
tactics, in terms of like understanding tactics and understanding what the team is asking of him to do, I still think that he's a little green. Obviously, Nkunku plays at a higher level. He plays for France. He plays, in the Bundesliga. That he plays a lot of games, is what I'm saying.
The system as well.
Yeah, and like Mudryk hasn't really played a lot of professional football. Like that's the long and short about it, right?
You really want to find.
Exactly. He's not played at a high level.
Yeah, the issue here is that you really want to find Mudryk there. Really, do you know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
absolutely.
But then what do you do with someone like João Felix? And if we don't renew or take on João Felix and we end up looking like this, for example, I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, that's beautiful. What do you mean? That is beautiful.
Don't look that bad, But, João Felix brings us something that we don't have. And that's me saying it.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's the more playmaking number 10, I mean, the guy that gets on the ball and links the midfield with the attackers. Like he's truly that type of player.
Once he gets going, I don't think we've even seen that. I mean, we saw little flashes of Liverpool, but he has it in him to do all of that, in my opinion. Once he gets going,
yeah, you could be right there. I'm not swearing for João Felix. I think that he is a guy that we can certainly use in the squad, but for the quoted price of 80 million. Given what we already have coming in, I'm not sure if I want to go there. I'm not 100% sure. I like what he has on the ball. I like what he offers us in transition and whatnot, but it seems like a luxury buy if things all go the way we need them to go the next little while.
Hardy, we're not slagging off Felix. He just got in. We're not. Some people jump the gun all the time, don't they? Too quickly. Yeah. What is the agenda? There's no agenda, mate. There's no agenda. We're just saying if we don't take Felix, could we see this? That's what we just said, basically. How you doing, Hassan? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How are you guys, man? Hope you're all well.
Good.
Fair. What are you saying?
Yeah, for this lineup, I wouldn't be surprised if you actually go with this. But yeah, I think I think you guys have addressed a lot of the stuff and a lot of the things. The Champions League draw, let's be honest, it's probably going to be the roughest one we've had in probably the last 10 years. I mean, to be honest, we actually never got this far since probably 2020. That's the only time we actually got to a decent quarterfinal stages. And yeah, I mean,
we won the competition in 2021, Bridget.
I mean,
I assume he's saying aside.
I feel like this one's a lot harder than the 2021 one.
Yeah. You mean in terms of like difficulty to get to the final? Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Is it really though? It's
Absolutely.
Look, and I mean, no. I know why, but I'm saying, look, Real Madrid City, which is no different than when we won the 2021 Real Madrid City. We're not going to get somebody difficult in the end. Because let's say Bayern beat City, then we get Bayern.
We got past Atletico, and then we played Porto. I think
Porto.
Let's be honest. If the Italian teams are all going through, Napoli's going straight to the final because they're blitzing.
That's what I'm saying.
They're blitzing everything.
I don't believe that myself.
Who do you think Napoli are going down to on their side?
I don't know. I don't think they're as dominant as everyone thinks they are. Like I think they can be beaten on their day, but I mean,
no, they can't be beaten. But that's why I said if they go against the Italian team, they're gonna blitz them because they've been blitzing everyone.
Yeah, like Inter, only Benfica can give Napoli a good game. Like Inter would get blitzed. Like, and that's just a fact. So if Inter find a way through Benfica, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, bro. That's Napoli straight to a final.
Have we moved to the Champions League now from this game? We're talking about the Champions League.
I mean, Jem, real quick on Everton, it's very simple. Once again, Graham Potter, you have not left the hot seat. real fans have not forgotten what you did to us in Southampton and Tottenham away. So it's very simple. I had 3 very stipulations for you to leave the hot seat. Numero uno, win 7 to 10 games in a row. Numero dos, win a trophy. Numero tres, get top 4 this season.
So you're saying win the Champions League then, essentially?
Yeah, no, I'm being so serious because I don't like this Arsenal fan type of logic where we go, oh, Potter in, Potter out. No, I'm very consistent. I said that shit with my mouth. For him to come out of that, he has to either win the CL because that's the only trophy left available, win 7 games in a row, or get top 4. Those are his options. There are no other options. What else can he do?
No, he can't. Well, this is where we're going to go on to. We'll come back to the Everton game because we've got to do obviously score predictions as well. But I agree. I don't think there's much really to say other than whatever team we put out, quality wise, we've just got to get it done. We're at home. We beat Leicester. We're on a bit of a good run of form. Continue that form going into the international. There's not much more really that we can expect in the Everton game. But looking at the Champions League, Couch. When you look at the Champions League, obviously we've got Real Madrid, and then obviously there's Man City versus Bayern. And unfortunately, we've been drawn them in the semis. If we do beat Real Madrid, I've got a feeling.
Nuts.
For anyone,
I've got a feeling. I've got a feeling that Bayern's going to beat Man City. I know it's a flick of a coin.
Oh yeah, when it comes to heritage, sir, you can never bet against heritage, and that's why I'm a little scared.
When you look at the chances of Chelsea winning this tournament, it's very slim. But at the same time, if we are going to win it, we're going to have to do it the hard way. So, Real Madrid, just to start with Real Madrid, how confident are you going in? I mean, I showed the stat earlier. We've only lost 1 in 7 games against them, obviously. We've had quite a good form against them. Are you confident going into Real Madrid?
Yeah, quietly optimistic, I would say. Just given the last 4 matches we played against them. I mean, we had that one mare at Stamford Bridge last year, but outside of that one game, I think that we matched up pretty well against them. And when you look at what we've added in terms of like quality to this side right now, I think that we have the tools, like the player personnel to hurt really big teams. Like I really do think that we can do that with the players that we've added. But with that said, I mean, you look at this Real Madrid squad right now, they're settled. They're a settled squad. You know, they know what they need to do. You know, and I think that the difference between them and us right now is just the fact that we're very much in the infancy in terms of like our development in our football. We still haven't really, defined what it is we're trying to do on the football pitch. I know that we switched to a back 3 and that's looked good the last 3 games and whatnot, but I still don't think that we have a developed identity, and that could be a factor. I mean, you could also use this tournament as an opportunity to define your identity as a football club as well. We've done that in the past as well, but it's just hard to say right now, just because of the things that I've said before. Real Madrid have already established themselves; they know what they need to do. We still have to figure that out.
Rudiger back at the bridge as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
I don't want hope. Because if we beat Madrid, what's gonna happen if we beat Madrid, fam. If we beat Madrid, every Chelsea fan in this chat that watches the club are going to immediately get delusional. And I don't mean in a bad way. It's gonna be good delusion.
I've already said if we beat Real Madrid, we're winning it.
That's what I'm saying. You get what I mean? Jem's already prefacing, like, if we go through Madrid, I'm winning the cup. Like,
to be honest, like what the commentators say, for you to go and win the Champions League, you gotta beat the boys in white. The Real Madrid boys. That's all you gotta do, bro. Because let's be honest, they're the most likely, because of experience and heritage, they're the most likely to get to the final.
Nothing but facts. I look at the 8 teams you see right there. If we all ask each other right now, who's the favorites to win this Champions League? All of us, barring maybe a few, are going to say Champions League or Bayern.
It's Real Madrid.
That's what I said.
Bayern.
It's going to be Real Madrid or Bayern, and people can debate. But we know that left side is crazy.
I am worried about Bayern Munich. I'm not going to lie. Even though I said if we'll get him in a semi-final, I do think that is a problem, to be honest. But I don't know.
Don't forget Frank Lampard, 7-1 over 2 legs.
Yeah, we owe him one, didn't we? We do owe him one. So could we?
Oh no, they don't really have Lewandowski anymore. So it was Lewandowski
with a damn hat trick. I hated
It
that
was him
game
that
so
was doing all
much.
the damage. That 7-1 was literally Lewandowski, 3 goals and 2 assists, man.
Yeah, but
Lewandowski.
the thing with Bayern is they're always if you watch a Bayern team, the biggest thing that you notice with them is that they all know their roles. They're all organized. Doesn't matter who comes in, they all just know what they got to do and how they play. And
They're
it's just
called the machine
I
for a
feel like
reason, man.
their attack has always been like the trademark. The danger.
Yeah. So we've got this super chat from Enyak. Big up to Enyak, bro. Nice to see you in the chat. Thank you. An advantage that we have that probably not what no one else has is that we have a confidence we can hurt them in the UCL knockout. First leg will be big, draw and got a chance. Even if we draw or win slightly, you know, I prefer playing the away game first rather than the second leg away.
Of course.
In my opinion.
Preach.
You know? But that's always been where you would want your team to come back in the second leg. If we cannot get heavily dented in that first leg, then of course we've got a chance to get through. I think we can beat. Not actually really that worried about it. I think they can hurt us. Of course they can. But you've got to look at the last time we played them. And when the last time we played them, let's be serious, a lot of our goals were mistakes of our own.
It's all in the midfield, Jim. That's how I truly feel.
You know, we just.
I would say that their most informed player right now is Vinicius. And
yeah,
we saw very well what Ruben did to not Ruben, sorry, Reece did to him in that second leg, right? Like he shut him down completely.
Problem is then Benzema. It's like that's why I feel like Madrid has always been an issue. We shut down one of them. If we shut down Benzema, Vinicius
what does that have
is in
to do
our
with
ass.
what I just said? That has absolutely nothing to do with what I just said. Like zero.
I'm telling you, if you shut down Vinicius Jr., but Benzema is still a problem, that is an issue.
Yeah, but
that is what happened to us in the first leg. Vinicius was
I'm not talking about the first leg because Reece didn't play the first leg, if I'm not mistaken. He played the second.
Benzema's only a problem when he's fed and in good areas because he's just elite in front of goal. That's the problem with Benzema. So you've got to cut the supply to Benzema. That's what you've got to do when you play against.
No, I hear him. Then he's saying if we put our best right back, top 5 right backs in the world on top of this man, we should be able to limit his output, and that's nothing but facts. So that
keep in mind that a lot of what we're seeing from Benzema right now, the outlet has always been Vinicius the last little while. I'd say Vinicius right now is their best player, to be honest.
I would agree. That's not even a crazy take. I would definitely agree to it.
A big part of it as well, which is going to be very interesting for me, a big part of it is the midfield because Camavinga is on good form at the moment. I've been watching him. He looks really good, you know. And then you've got Modric and Kroos. I think we can. It's a good midfield, is what I'm saying. It's a battle that you need to win as well, in my opinion. You know.
The question is,
what's going on with Tchouaméni?
I don't know. He's been dropped, hasn't he, for
Camavinga? He's been struggling in their system for quite a while now. He's been struggling quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, I to be honest, Tchouaméni starts over Camavinga. That's perfect for us. That's the best case scenario, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, like what Kali was saying, usually you saw what happened, bro. Benzema, Vinicius, they both love to help each other run down the flank and then hit it towards the middle. That's what they do, man. It's just, I feel like for us to win it, away leg, I'm not gonna lie to you, that pitch is big. Our players love them type of pitches, and I think that's where we're gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
That's
and
where
playing
we're
on the counter as well. Playing on the counter.
Exactly, we're gonna hurt them on the away leg, because that's the reason why I'll be honest with you, if we went into our away leg winning 3-2, we would have gone or won at home. I feel like away leg's probably gonna be the key factor. I feel like we're probably gonna win the away leg and probably draw the home leg.
What is the key word for any of this to even fucking matter? Excuse me. It's clinicality. If we're not clinical, none of this matters. Because you know what's gonna happen, and it happened in the Bernabeu. We should have walked out 6-2, but Werner missed those few chances, despite how good he played that day. Whole bunch of people on that team missed a bunch of chances. We are not. Oh, yeah, never forget. But that's Madrid. Same thing as Barcelona. When you're in their stadium, you expect those goals. What I'm saying is, I'm most certainly positive Ancelotti doesn't want this to be an open game. It would suit us. It would suit us for this to go back and forth across the pitch. If we can get it to be open like that, we're in advantage. I can say that for free.
Just quickly, Keyshawn, I'm reading the comment here. The only reason why they beat us is Rodrigo coming off the bench and scoring. I would say it had more to do with Modric. To be honest, like I think
Oh no,
Modric.
Modric is a baller.
Facts.
He's goated. Like after what I saw him do in that particular Champions League run, and then again in the World Cup, that guy is 100% goated for me. Like no questions about it. He's just a difference maker.
Fucking animal, bro. Much respect to Modric, and he doesn't even play for my club. He used to play for Spurs. Like, there's nothing but
Modric-
respect to Modric.
Modric is an absolute baller, mate. And I've always liked Modric. He's just unreal, mate. Unreal.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, right? For us to win this is a midfield win.
This is not good enough. I need more likes. Come on, guys. There's like nearly 400 people here. Why have we only got 70
Hey,
likes?
smash the likes, people.
Come on, man.
Chelsea are coming back, or
Come on,
not coming
get the
back.
likes up.
Smash them anywhere.
There's nearly 300. There's what? 350 people here, and we've only got 79 likes. How? I don't get it.
You know, I noticed they smash the likes when we're losing. That's actually funny to me.
We get like 500 likes when we lose to blooming Arsenal.
I'm being serious. He does. He gets more likes when we're losing. It's hilarious.
No, I've noticed. Go on, lads.
We got Don in the house. Don is in the building. Don, we've got obviously Real Madrid. We've got the potentials of Man City, Bayern Munich. What you saying?
Boy, ideally, I didn't want Real Madrid, Bayern, or City. But it's the Champions League. We're Chelsea. We can't run away from these sort of teams. It's not like we haven't beaten them before, right? So last season, again, I've listened to you guys, what you've said there. I think when they scored against us, it was sloppy. And that was the game when I looked at Kante and I thought, right, he's not looking at the Kante that I know. And obviously Benzema's hat-trick as well. But look, on our day, we've got the quality, man. We've got the players now. If we keep building that confidence, we're not playing till mid-April, right?
Yeah, we got them on the aways the 11th.
So it's Madrid, Brighton, Madrid, United. I think that's the league run combined.
So I'm not going to say I'm confident because I still want to see more from this team. We've only had 2 good performances, really, that we've seen. Big up Eugene. So I'm not going to get carried away. But at the same time, Madrid haven't been the greatest in the league this season. They've been all right in the Champions League. Same thing with us. We haven't been great in the league, but in the Champions League, we've been quite good. So, yeah, man, I think on the day we need to turn up. But we've got enough winners in the team to do it. 100%.
We are Chelsea Football Club is what we are, mate. Remember that, people. When it comes to cup competitions, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. And Rodrigo's going to say the same thing, isn't you, Rodrigo? You're going to come in and say, we are going to win it.
You know what? I know you guys were bigging up Modric, right? What he did last year. But Camavinga changed that game. Both legs.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for Camavinga, I reckon would have won that game. And he played left.
No, there was it was Ancelotti's substitutions were spot on. Like, it just is what it is. Rodrigo for Valverde, I believe. Camavinga left back, and then he put on. Yep.
Yeah.
If he plays Toni Kroos, ironically enough, where our advantage is when he gets hooked up for Camavinga, bro.
I think he will want to play a DM against us, someone that will sit. Do you know what I mean?
Only problem we have. I don't know if you guys know of any Madrid player that's at risk of yellow card. We have Reece James, Enzo.
They got 0. They got
They don't have
we
any.
got a bunch, bro. We
have
got a bunch,
Reece James, Enzo, and I'm talking about the key ones, and Koulibaly. So these 3 players cannot get booked in this first leg. We need them.
Which is why,
Especially
as disgraceful as it sounds, if we go 1-0 up and it's past the first half, lock the bus.
I've just seen the list. It's quite sickening, actually. Thiago Silva, James, Koulibaly, Mudryk, Kepa, and Enzo Fernandez. Jesus fucking hell!
And not only that, they don't have anybody on yellow cards. I think they have 0. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said 0.
The yellow cards get reset after the second leg as well. Yes. So,
it's after the second.
So if they get the yellow cards in the second leg, say Enzo and and Reece James get booked in the second, it doesn't matter because they reset anyway. That makes sense.
Okay, all right, cool. So we just got to get through the first leg. That's what you're telling me.
They've got to be clear of getting a yellow card in the first leg away to Real Madrid to not miss the second.
Then that's on Graham Potter. I hate to be that guy, but that's on management.
Now, right, is we had a worse squad when we went and beat them, and when we won the Champions League in 2021, we actually had the best defensive record, right, out of all the teams that entered
ever
that year. right? We had the best defensive record. So for me,
Not just that year, ever.
or ever, right? Oh shit, I didn't even know that. But yeah, for me, yeah, man. We're Chelsea. Like, as long as I'm gonna give my prediction when we actually sort of come up to the leg the day before or on the day, right? I need to see the lineup and I need to see who's available. Yeah, we'll do a match preview before, but I'm not scared of Real Madrid. I'm not scared of them. Like, we've beaten them before, and last season again we gave them a good game. So we're not Arsenal, innit? We're not Arsenal, so I'm not going into the game scared. I'm not scared of anyone, but ideally I would have liked to have got one of the Milans 100%. But we've got Madrid now, so let's get the job done.
Yeah, good energy, bruv. Good energy. David, what you saying, mate?
Yeah, hi guys. I was on Twitter a while ago, and I saw people were like there was this kind of like thing of like people like pushing them like too far on either side of like saying like we're definitely gonna win or we're definitely gonna lose. I think if you're taking a balanced perspective, you look at the way Chelsea are playing right now, which is kind of like a form of counter-attack in football. I think the way we play is suited for teams like Real Madrid. And in fact, I think Real Madrid, if anything, they don't want to play a counter-attacking team. They want to play a team that's going to attack them.
Yeah.
So I think the way we play is suited for like all the teams apart from AC Milan or Inter. The way we play suits, all the teams we could have had. I think you're always going to have an issue in terms of Real Madrid and the heritage in the tournament. But I think what I'm more scared of is what Potter does, in terms of game management. I think, because if I'm looking at the past few games that we've had, I think we've played okay, but, we've really suffered, I think, when he's made changes. I think because I think when he's made changes, we've actually lost control of matches and we've actually invited teams onto us. And the problem is going to be when you're inviting Real Madrid onto you or Bayern or City, I'm sorry to say, if they're getting the chances that Leeds and Leicester and all these other teams have,
Cooking you.
I think they will put one of those chances away. So that's where the issue is.
David, are you not confident on the defensive aspects of what we've seen of Chelsea? Do you not think that we've got a good enough defense to be able to like?
I think for me, I feel like defense is not just about your backline. It's about the way your whole team is set up. So you can have a good defense, but if your good defense is constantly being peppered by an attack, an attack like Real Madrid or Bayern or even City, I feel like eventually, something is gonna give. Because even if you're speaking about how good our defense is, look at what happened against Leicester. Our defense is good, but they still had chances where they could have scored. The same with Leeds, where they had chances where if they made like maybe one more better decision, they could have put the ball in the net. So for me, that's what I'm worried about. It's the game management. I like the way we're playing in terms of trying to win a tournament, but I'm just not confident that Potter is going to have the balls to not just throw Gallagher on if there's pressure in the match and then we all of a sudden lose control of that match. That's my concern.
So you're more worried about, and this is that what you're saying here is fair, because I'm very unsure on how Potter's going to manage the team against these top elite teams, because he's coming up against top elite coaches as well. So he's going to be very tested now. I agree. He's going to have to get it spot on for Chelsea.
He's going to have to become an elite coach in the middle of a competition.
Yeah, but there's
no. Jem, if he wins the Champions League, he becomes elite.
No, but what
this
he's
is
got
a
to
fact.
do is he's got to find what he has to do in these games. Is he's got to find an understanding of what he possesses, which we've slowly seen in the last few games, but also when the game swings, how to impact it in the right manner.
Oh yeah, in-game management.
So these are the little things that in these games he's going to have to notice. If he doesn't notice them and he allows it to play out and dwindle like we've seen in the past, we'll get punished.
One thing I'll add is that, so like because I'm one of the people that I like Potter out and all that kind of stuff, but I've been impressed a bit in terms of what's happened in the last few matches. But what is just still leaving me on that thing of being it's just the game management. It's like when you're under pressure, like he just seems to just get like really scared and like I'm just gonna put as much midfielders on as possible to just stifle the game. It's like no, like you need to hold, you need to have some level of control, not in terms of possession, but just some level of control in the game whereby when you get the ball, you can do something with it. Not you're getting the ball and you're just trying to get up the field as much as quickly as possible to relieve pressure.
Dave, I think that obviously that's recently. I think he did that because his job was literally on the line. He had to go ultra defensive to protect his job. But I agree with you, the fact that even when we were winning games, there's something about this manager. He doesn't like controlling games. I think we play, sometimes it feels like a ping pong games in midfield. We have the ball, we want to go straight attacking. When you play against a team like Madrid, if you have a lot of turnover, they're very good in controlling games. They will punish you. We need to have periods where we can also keep the ball. We don't have to always go gang-ho, vertical football, try to score a goal. No, sometimes you need to rotate the ball, keep the ball. I know people are like, oh, sideways football. But that in tournament football, sometimes it's good to do that, to buy you time. So when we go to Madrid, we only need the draw. I think a draw is a good result for us. So we need to do as much as we can to slow down the game when we can, speed up the game when we can. So again, that comes from the intelligence of players on the pitch. And one more thing I'll add, this might sound controversial. I want Mount to play ahead of Felix in that away game. I think Mount. I know. I said it will be controversial. I think Mount, because if you play with a double pivot, right? Madrid play with a 3-man midfield. We need someone to drop in midfield to help us out. And I think Felix is a brilliant player. Don't get me wrong.
Is Mount switched on though? That is my
Mount will be
biggest question.
The Champions League quarterfinal away at the Bernabeu.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mount or
N'Golo Kante.
I am a big Mount defender, right? But this is not the same Mount. If this was the Mount last year, I'll slap him straight because he turned up against Real
Madrid. If this was the Mount post CL, I would still slap him in. It's what this year has been. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah,
exactly.
The biggest question with Mason Mount getting into this Champions League part is how many games does he actually get prior to this away game? Because if he doesn't get in this team for the Aston Villa game, I can't remember the next game is after that, but I think it's Liverpool game, right? And then we go to Real Madrid away, and he still hasn't played any games. I don't see.
I agree with you. I don't see.
He's in no real form to merit to come in.
Yeah, I agree.
So
he needs to play this weekend.
He needs to play. Yeah,
he's not going to play this weekend. Maybe we could a midfield 3 of Kovacic, Kante, and Enzo. I don't know. I don't know. That midfield 3 doesn't give you enough
confidence
in the 3 at the back. No.
Why?
In the 3 at the back, it doesn't give you.
Why does it not bring you confidence? I need to know that. Why?
So we need someone that's going to be a link between the midfield and the attack. Someone that's going to be good defensively.
We haven't got that though. Why are we talking about things we don't have?
No. That's
Mount. We have Mount that can do that job.
No, not Mount. What we need is somebody to sit Conte, Enzo. We need a midfield 3 of Conte, Enzo, and a magical 6. We do not have that magical 6.
No, I'm talking about this Madrid game. Last season.
Oh, okay.
The reason we dominated Madrid and we also played well the year before, it was really Mount. Mount was key to that. Obviously, Kante. I'm not gonna.
But what do you mean by?
How about the Tuchel masterclass?
By the off the ball work you talking
about?
Yes,
off the ball work.
He's talking about off the ball work.
I don't think
he's talking about pressing. He's talking about pressing.
I don't think that's needed because if you look at the way Chelsea play right now, we press on the mid block. We don't really press high up the field, and I think that's helpful. Even when you're looking at the way Real Madrid play, look at how Liverpool were pressing them and they couldn't get the ball even up the field. So I think the mid press is good, and if you have a mid press, you don't really need. I mean, of course, you want Felix to drop back and help, but you don't need him as much in terms of that pressing thing because basically most of the team is back anyways. So
can I let me respond to that because chat is bringing up something that might as well include them in this, and it's very interesting. They're saying, "All right, why do we need this magical 6? We don't need it. Put Kova, Conte, Enzo 2 up front." And my opinion to that and my response to that is I feel there will be liabilities in transition. That only works assuming we want to be the small team. We want to rock up and give the other team the possession. If we play with the possession with that type of midfield, transition, we're getting cooked. That's just how I feel about that.
I just want to see Kante and Enzo, I'll be honest with you.
We'll see that.
Jen's like, this isn't even from a tactical standpoint. I just want to see it.
I've done the same thing with Kovacic and Enzo, but now I really need to see Kante because Kante If we get
Is
the
a-
Kante that we know in the Champions League and have seen when we won it, I'm telling you now.
Our midfield goes from 0 to hero, Jim. I become
Enzo
confident.
as well.
Yeah, you guys remember last season at the Bernabeu, we didn't have Tuchel didn't trust Aspi or Chalobah to play right side of centre back, so he put
He put Ruben Loftus-Cheek,
he
sir.
put Reece James as the right side of centre back. But this time around, we've actually improved in that department. I think Fofana alone can deal with Vinicius. So adding Fofana and Reece on that side, that's gonna be.
I think that's premature, but I like the confidence.
I like the confidence, but
no, Fofana will deal with
Vinicius is one of them
100%.
rare type. He's
Yeah,
one of
it's
them
like
rare 1v1 types. Like he strives off 1v1s.
Reece James has to be there with him. That's as long as that's
yes, that's the
But
greatest way
what
to
I'm saying
put it.
is, yeah, he's gonna free up because Fofana alone can deal with Vini, so that's gonna free up Reece James a bit more going forward as well. Obviously, he has to track back and deal with it.
Yeah,
but
not in
it's not
transition.
gonna
I know
be-
what he's saying. Not in
It's not gonna
transition.
be
I
like
feel you.
last season at the Bernabeu, where obviously it was Reece James 1v1 and Loftus-Cheek. Really, you don't. James is basically a better right wing back than Loftus-Cheek.
Hey, we can't do that, dude. Loftus-Cheek had a mad game at the Bernabeu. Even with the defensive lapses, I do hear what you're saying. But he had a mad game in attack.
And we didn't have Chilwell. We had bloody Alonso playing.
Alonso, my fam. Tuchel, how did you do?
My question is who do we want to face if we beat Madrid? We want to face Bayern.
City. I say that. I know Man City. I say that to you with the biggest chest.
No, Bayern. I think you want Bayern.
No, I'm telling you now, you do not want Bayern.
That's what I'm trying to say. You never take heritage from the semifinals. You never take heritage in the semifinals.
Guys,
do you know what I
guys,
think?
To put this in perspective, right? Real Madrid and Bayern have been top 3 favorites for the last decade, man. They've been top 3 favorites to win, man.
Have you been watching Bayern Munich this season?
No, but I feel like the thing is, if you have a home team facing a home team, it's like, I think the best example of this is like Dortmund. If you look at the way Dortmund play Bayern in the Champions League, like the way they just lie down and basically take it in every hole from Bayern. And then you look at the way they play other teams in the Champions League. I mean, when they were good anyways, it was so different. And I think you see that in a lot of leagues where if two teams in the same league play each other, if Man City's got better than Chelsea right now, I feel like that same mentality of like they're better than us will play on in that.
Of playing Man City.
We haven't scored against Man City since we scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah, but wait a sec, that's funny. Yeah,
well, Man City have been bullying us, though. I can't lie.
They just bully us, bro.
That's not true. That's what I'm saying. That's
they
not
have.
true.
No, Jeff.
In terms of wins and
I'll be honest
losses,
with you. When you actually watch the game,
did you not watch the away game? Do you remember when Lewis Hall missed about 2 chances in front of
Yeah.
No, I get it. We always play good. But we always end up losing.
The problem with Man City is straight up with me. Is that when we do have a go at them, we can beat them. I actually think quite convincingly. We just don't take our chances.
Guys, let's be honest about this. And I'm gonna land this before I head back to work. Tell me the truth right now. No, that's what I'm saying. What Jem is saying is facts. Take the team out of it and let's address the pink elephant that everyone's saying why they don't want Man City. You don't want Man City because it's Pep versus Potter. Let's keep it honest. Yeah. Haaland has not scored a single goal against us. In the game, there's been a few games where Man City have walked us. The cup game 4-0. There was one of those 1-0s where it was flattering to us. They actually just boxed us in, bopped it around the park, got that one goal through De Bruyne, and then that was it. We didn't even look like scoring.
Before Potter, bro. It was before Potter. I think.
No, but for me, the thing is,
Potter tax on that one. I think City has always just been that team for us. Like we lost 6-0 to them, bro. You forgot about that.
But then afterwards, we beat them 3 times in a row.
If we had to call, I wouldn't care who we got. I wouldn't care.
We beat them 3 games.
I agree with that sentiment, by the way. That's what I'm saying. You're saying 6-0, and directly after that, we beat them 3 in a row.
I just rather avoid them because I think we do better against these German teams, and that's just.
Fam, if we beat Madrid, I don't want to avoid anybody but Bayern. If we beat Madrid, I don't look at Man City like scared anymore.
We lost 7-0 to Bayern in the Champions League.
That's what I don't think people understand. 7-1 to Bayern Munich in
But we lost
2018.
but that was
6-0
under
to
Frank
City.
Lampard, though.
We
man.
That was
lost
Lampard,
6-0
though.
to
That was
City.
Lampard.
They said Lampard tag.
Yeah, that's
And what's
Lampard.
Potter then? Hey, yo, what's Potter then?
No, but
Alright.
no.
You tell me.
But if I think the
Yeah,
thing
but
is
Cali, the thing is for
the
me,
familiarity aspect of
make
it.
a
That's
quick
the
point, bro,
issue.
yeah, like you see, the thing is, right? I get everyone's concerns around Potter because he's not an elite manager, right? But a lot of these players
Oh shit.
don't need Graham Potter to motivate them when it comes to the Champions League. I'm telling you that now.
That's
These
true.
guys know how to motivate themselves because
Of
number
course,
one,
yeah.
a lot of
Facts.
this team here have already won the Champions League. So as much as Potter's there in the driving seat, right? A lot of those players
Potter's
on the
going to be
pitch will just
passing.
they'll know how to they'll know how to
Yo, you're
motivate
telling me
themselves.
Graham Potter's the passenger, Mount Havertz, everybody's gonna pull in the spot, say Potter, shut the fuck up. Listen,
Yo, you
we're gonna
still
go
Real
out there.
Madrid now.
We're
You
Chelsea
You
Football
you got
Club.
players, you got
Potter's a
players like
different
Enzo.
guy.
You got players like Enzo who are in a team like Benfica that are flying in the Champions League, still in the Champions League now, right?
You know what
So
the funniest thing
Enzo's
is?
gonna tell Potter, hey yo, sit
Hey,
down, bro. I won
Cuddy,
the
you know
World
what
Cup.
the funniest thing is? It's gonna be like the Di Matteo 2.0, bro. The players talk to themselves, win it, and then Potter gets all the credit. Bro.
the thing is, for me, that's what I'm looking at. We've got enough winners. We've got players that have been there, done it, and we've actually got winners in this team that have won the Champions League. So as
I
much as
hear that.
Potter isn't an elite manager, our players, I trust them to motivate themselves and do their thing without the need of Potter having to literally dictate every single thing on the pitch, every single minute
Oh,
of the pitch. You know what I
done.
mean? So
Let me
that's how
let
I'm
me hit
looking
you
at
with
it.
this. Let me hit you with this before I return to work. I just want to leave two interesting stats for the people, as it's always about legacy, heritage, how big your club is. Yeah. Right now, Chelsea Football Club, the only team in London representing in Europe. You pick up this Champions League by hell or high water. I don't care how you do it. You have as much Champions Leagues as the biggest, if not second biggest club in England and one of the biggest clubs in the world in United. That would be massive. Not to mention, just in case if Arsenal won the league, we can still look at them and be like, you're still not shit? Oh, I need it. I need it in my soul. This whole season has been absolute ass. I say this with respect to everyone before I jump. Up the Chelsea. It's always Chelsea until I die. Third and foremost, if we could please, if I think I would deserve a third Champions League under Graham Potter, which we do not see coming. None of us think we're going to win this. Let's be honest, yeah? I don't even care if we get past Madrid. None of you believe I think we're going to win this. We need it.
Yeah, for real. Hey, Callie, you've been returning to work for 30 minutes now. Couch, no cap.
Big facts.
No
Big up,
cap.
guys. I'll catch you in the next one.
Bro.
Big up, Callie, man. Big up. Yeah, man. Oh,
But
God.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
I
If
just
we win
feel
the
like
Champions League, though, after the season that we've had, my God, and Arsenal bottle this league, Jesus Christ.
I'll be typical
Jesus
Chelsea.
Christ.
But I think I just think that the key factor for me is Potter, man. Just what he does, like in the matches, like the way the matches are going. Because
Right.
he's the only thing that's scaring me about this. He's the only
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the players are okay. I'm happy with the players, the way we're set up. But it's just the in-game management is what's scaring me so much. Like I'm just like, even if we were winning the match, like there'll be a point where the team is having some kind of ascendancy, and then he's just gonna panic and do something crazy.
All right. Yeah, I hear you. Let's move away from Champions League. We're going to do a lot more Champions League, obviously, for the build-up of that with the match preview. I want to quickly move back to the game.
One thing I wanted to tell you: can you change Cucurella to Badiashile?
Why?
Because obviously, Everton with the set pieces, you need height.
I think Potter favours Cucurella when he's on form over Badiashile. That's why
I
put him
think
in.
so as well. But yeah, logic would say you need to play. Yeah, because Everton with set pieces, you need height. You need someone to win the ball in the air.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, do we all, barring Badiashile or Cucurella, do we all agree that it's going to be something like this tomorrow?
You know what?
Yeah.
He'll be that, but why doesn't he swap Mudryk and Felix? I was screaming to my TV. Why don't you swap them?
Because if you put Felix, I'll tell you why. Because when you put Felix, it's the same problem as we have when we put Havertz up there. When you put a player like Felix up as the leading role player, what you then do is you eliminate his actual ability, which is being able to come deep and carry the ball up. When you haven't got someone that can pick up the balls from Kovacic and Enzo deeper, or Chilwell and James, and turn and then build a transition quickly with what's in front of him, and he's now up here, you're then going to have an issue with balance. I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
why they do it. Because you need him
that's
to
what we had issue with Havertz.
you
Yeah.
want him to run. Like,
And I think
he's not someone who can hold the ball up. He's not physical enough. He's not someone. Nor Mudryk. But I think with Mudryk, what I think he's seen, Graham Potter, is he's seen that with Felix and Havertz, them coming deeper and then moving forward and attacking the space is a lot more effective at the moment. And with Mudryk, he's kind of being used or subsidised as the player to be able to come deep still, pick up the ball between here, and then turn and use his ability to come forward. What we don't want to see Mudryk is just being held up here, fucking trying to win headers and hold the ball up. And so it's just not his game. And I saw that against Leicester. It just didn't work enough. But when he came deep and he held the ball and he turned, and then he had players running off him. He had Reece James on the right, Chilwell on the left, and we looked really effective. That worked because he can carry the ball and Felix can carry the ball well enough, you know. So
but I think what Jem said earlier might be what happens. Though I think he might use Pulisic around the Mudryk because I feel like part of the game plan in the past few matches has been that you want to use a player who's really fast so that you can expose when the position has the ball and then you win the ball. So I think that's why he's. Yes, yeah. So I think that's why he's had Modric and Sterling on the back line of the opposition. Because if you look at the way we play, basically.
You were talking about Pulisic. Sorry, I thought you mentioned.
Yeah, so I'm saying that Pulisic, he might use Pulisic for Everton. Because if you look at the way we're playing, what we're doing is basically just allowing teams to have the ball. You have the ball. We keep basically keep the fastest player on the back line of the defense, of their position's defense. And then as soon as Felix or Havertz get the ball, they're looking to release the ball as fast as possible to the person up front. So I think for Everton that's going to be different because we're going to have most of the ball. So he would probably just use Pulisic rather than Modric.
Physicality will be key in this game. My God, have you seen the three-man midfield of Everton? They're
very sloppy on the ball, though.
That's one thing here. That's one thing.
Especially Idrissa Gueye. That guy is always doing something dodgy on the ball. 100%. And
they
got Multi.
Yeah, they got Onana as well. He's quite good, isn't he?
Onana's good on the ball, but yeah, when you look at Gueye and Doucouré, they're not great on the ball, those two. I'm not worried about that. And they've got no attack. They've got DCL injured again. Mopai, I don't know why that guy even went to Everton. I don't know what he is. Now I'm saying that I bet he scores against us tomorrow, Jem.
You'll be screaming.
I'm looking at the game tomorrow. But
if they're ever gonna win against this, it's gonna be a classic 1-0 short dash. That's literally what it's gonna be.
Corner kick.
And we all know how this game's gonna be. It's gonna be frustrating, boring.
At the end of the day, whatever team we put out, we should be beating Everton. They're not in any great form. There's no excuse for us not to win this game, right? So we have to win this going into the international. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Do you guys think that Dyche's gonna come into this game trying to park the bus? Or do you think
No,
absolutely, absolutely.
He will, but if he's smart, if he watched Chelsea in the last game, he would have come in and pressed us. Like what?
Nah. I think if you play Chelsea now, you want to park the bus. I think you want to park the bus because I feel like we thrive off counter-attacking right now. Like you want to park the bus, because look at Leicester. Leicester's not as good as Chelsea, but we allow them to have the ball. We allow them to have the ball because we want to counter-attack. So I think if you want to play Chelsea, you want to park the bus as much as you can. Let us try to break you down.
What will then happen by doing that, and we haven't seen it against Leicester or Dortmund because they were quite open in the way that they played, is that it will stop Havertz from having that space to be able to pick balls and start being effective with his decision-making and driving forward, which he has been. It will also make it harder for João Felix, who will then have to come deeper because, there's a wall in front of him. He can't get in behind and whatever, but then it eliminates the whoever it is up front. The issue then you have is that obviously you've got Enzo Fernandez, who's on the pitch, who's the creator of the main two midfielders that's in there. And when we always struggle to break teams down at the bridge because, and I don't blame them for it. It's the way they set themselves up against us. It is like a brick wall. And the only way that we can break them down, and I've seen that we've been able to break them down, is not coming to the ball. So like linking up play here and whatever. It's then about getting in behind in the spaces of the defence. So then when you've got someone like Enzo Fernandez, who's got 2 or 3 midfielders in front of him and he's got the ball and he's looking up and he's trying to see who's making runs, rather than Felix doing this or Havertz going like here and just fucking standing next to him, you want him to try and stretch the pitch, Yeah. And that's what we need to do at home because we don't do it enough. And I know whether it's because our pitch is smaller, but when we do it away, we don't struggle much against the low block. But when we're at home, we struggle so much at home to break teams down because
Broja would have thrived. Broja would have thrived with someone like Enzo.
Yeah.
What a shame he got injured.
It's hard. So Havertz's job then, well, he can still have that freedom role, which he has got anyway. But then what you want him to do is just make sure, rather than coming to here, which he will do on and off to link play and whatever, but you want him to then run in behind the defence, which will stretch the defence and then bring the midfield back, because the midfield will just hold otherwise. If we just keep coming here and we come here and then we come here and we just go 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, like we've seen us do, we ain't going to do anything with it. And then it's going to be down to Chilwell and James to give us the width on top of that as well. And that's how you break the low block. You get the width, you use the players in the front three to run in behind in the pockets. And on top of that, you now have a player like Enzo Fernandez who's got the eye to always want to make them passes if you're going to make that run, as we didn't have before. So I want to see us break a low block team at the bridge comfortably with an identity and a plan tomorrow. That's what I want to see,
100%.
It will be so deflating if we lose that match against Everton. Like, so unbelievably deflating.
But we'll see, maybe like Don will be sitting there and they'll be doing this and linking up like here and hanging around, and we'll have one shot on target in the first half. I hope not, but we'll see. Match, let's go for score predictions on this one. Don, what are you saying?
Boy. I said 2-0 Leicester, and we've got 3-1 there. It's still 2-goal difference. I'm going to go 2-0 again. I feel we'll get 2 in this. 2-0. 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. Rodrigo?
Is he there?
Rodrigo? Are you there, Rodrigo? He's not there. David, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm saying 2-0 as well. Yeah, I'm saying 2-0 as well.
Okay,
I think Enzo's going to be key in this match.
I want Enzo to score a 30-yard screamer so much because I know he can do it as well. I really know he can just plant one.
We're going to need one over the top balls.
Yeah. Hassan, what are you saying?
It's probably going to be frustrating, but I'm torn between 2 or 3-0, but I'm probably going to go with 3-0. I do think we really need a big win before we go into international break, just to settle the fans.
I think we get a clean sheet. I think it's a 3-0. I'm going with it as well. I think João Felix will score tomorrow. I've got a feeling. He's not been quite unlucky last out of games of it in the post. I just got a feeling he's going to put one in the back of net. I think Kai Havertz will score again. And hopefully Enzo Fernandez. They were the 3 players I'm going to go for. So I'm going to go with a solid 3-0 win. I expect us to keep a clean sheet as well. I think the defence has been very good. We're comfortable with the 3 at the back as well. And on the back of that, guys, I think we will move from it because actually Rodrigo's coming. Rodrigo, what's your score prediction?
I don't do score prediction, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be, it's not going to be as open as the previous game, but I'm confident we'll win. I think our momentum going into this game is really good. What I hate is international break now. Just when we build up a bit of momentum, it has to be stopped. But I think it will be a good game for us. Yeah.
I'm going to go, So, I hear that. So, guys, big show, enjoyed it. Over 350 people in the chat all the way through. Big up to everyone who's leave a comment in the box below for your score predictions. Hit the thumb before you leave here as well. Lewis is going live soon as well, so you can go over to him and listen to what he's going on to next. I'll be back with a match reaction, hopefully with a win. Fingers crossed on a good.
Are you going to the game? I'm
going to the game tomorrow, yes. So I won't be able to do a match reaction until Sunday around lunchtime, like I usually do. So, Don will be there as well. So me and Don will be going tomorrow again to that game. And big up, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If I don't speak to you tomorrow and stuff, hopefully we get the win and we go into the international break with a bit of a run. Big up to yourselves. Enjoy it. Big up to the panel as well. Let's come in. And we'll be back again on Sunday. Peace out.